Howdy-ho, you handsome hunk. Grab a snack and gain some chunk. If your day is great or really sunk, we hope to help you shake the funk. So if you're good to hear some junk, buckle up, it's the Junk Monk Podcast. Hello and welcome to the Junk Monk Podcast. I'm your host, Kandyce Sloan, who you know from Instagram at Hardens and Hardhats.
And I'm Noah, your co-host, who you know from Right Now.
If this is your first time listening, let us fill you in. We are watching and reviewing every episode of the USA hit TV show Monk right here each week.
And we are going to do so while eating a little bit of junk. So I've got my junk food here, which is a very sad single pixie stick. You can't even see it because my camera's so bad.
You have one pixie stick? I thought you said you had a
One.
bag of pixie sticks.
I do have a bag of pixie, but I'm not going to eat a bag of pixie sticks.
Oh, okay. Well, but you have a bag. You don't just have one.
There's one other one in the bag.
Oh.
This is said bag.
Oh, okay. So you have a bag. Oh, okay. All right. I'm actually excited about mine because I love mine and I'm very, very excited. Okay. The nacho fries are back, baby. They are back. They got rid of them, and they also discontinued discontinued all of their shredded chicken items, which is like all I get when I go to Taco Bell. So I was like, oh, I guess Toby wanted to go to Taco Bell, so I was like, oh, okay. And then I saw the sign that said nacho fries are back, and I was like, oh. So
so good.
I got 2 orders. I already ate my other order earlier, and then I saved these for the show. So,
and
then I
have
my
right after because
and then my pink lemonade also.
Gross.
It's the only drink that I drink there. They don't have regular lemonade there. They only have pink Tropicana. It's gross. Also, you must know I've seen every episode of Monk. I'm a huge fan. Started watching in 2007, and for the most part, watched it as it aired.
I've seen season 1 and those who've done on the show, and a few scattered here and there in different seasons.
So, if you're ready to start the show, Toby, take it away.
Here's what happened.
Okay, this is Mr. Monk and the Miracle, Season 7, Episode 9. Here's what happened. In the opening scene, we see a homeless man, Willie, running to his friends in an alley, claiming that someone is trying to kill him. They don't take him seriously at first, but when their friend comes up murdered, they decide to hire Mr. Monk to help solve the case. Meanwhile, the captain has been in debilitating pain, leading him to man desk duty at the station, where an older couple informs him of a miracle fountain that cured their ailments. A curious captain visits the fountain and takes a drink. Then the next morning, right on cue, he is miraculously cured by the fountain. Natalie and Monk are still trying to help their vagrant friends and are piecing together some more clues that may put Willie at the captain's house the night of the murder. When they go back to ask Stottlemyre if he remembers anything, they find that the healed captain has turned in his badge as he now owes his life to the fountain and joins the monastery. Although surprised, Natalie hopes the fountain can cure Mr. Monk, and when they visit the fountain, Monk finds the big clue. All of the prescription bottles thrown to the wayside by the cured patients all had the name of the same pharmacist, Leland's pharmacist, Owen McCloskey. It turns out that McCloskey had murdered his partner 9 years prior and buried him where the fountain now sat. But the fountain was going to be dug up to make way for a new building, so he devised a scheme to keep that fountain intact. He began switching out his patients' prescriptions, making them sicker instead of better. He would then go paint a mysterious drink image on people's front doors, which is what Willie had witnessed him doing and was killed for. Then, once his patients drank from the fountain, he would make their prescriptions correct again, giving them the appearance that they were healed. Monk and Natalie bear the bad news to the captain, but his new lease on life makes for a Merry Christmas after all.
Yay! I did really like the end whenever he's like, I don't care, it felt real, and I love my kids, and I'm going to talk to Jared. It was nice.
Oh no, it's like the cult. Where you're like, he was happy, so it worked.
Well,
the murderous evil scheme worked. So it's all okay.
Kandyce, what did you like about this episode?
Okay, we have the cardboard tree.
Oh, yeah.
Which was so good. I think, well, last season he had the actual tree because that Brandy Barber girl was interviewing him in the house,
Mm-hmm.
in his house, and so he has the real tree. But this this time it's all monk style. He's got the cardboard tree, and he's wiping it off, and Julie's like, "Mr. Monk, that is so sad." And he's like, "I know, but is it straight?"
Mr. Monk waits in the car to solve his case. And he notices stuff too. The craziest part is that he's like, oh yeah, he didn't show any signs of struggle. It's like, what?
His window is cracked, and he's like,
yeah.
doing
He's doing his hands.
It's so funny. Okay, yeah, I have the bums
yeah.
also, okay. At first when they show up in his apartment, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, "Whoa, wait, whoa, what is going on?" And they're like, "Hello, Mr. Monkey." He's like, "I'm sorry, I'm retired." It's like, "Since when?" He's like, "Since hello, Mr. Monkey."
He calls them the ne'er-do-gooders.
Yeah, he's like, "They're bums. They're ne'er-do-wells." They're people, Mr. Monk. I'm like, well, I mean, oh, and then whenever he's like, Natalie and Julie, I guess, walk off into the kitchen, and Monk is left like on the other side of the bums, so they're all blocking his way, and he's like, excuse me.
oh yeah.
Walks through them. Oh my gosh, it was so funny.
To be fair, they were kind of touching a lot of things. Like he was like, "Don't touch that," and they were like, "Oh my gosh, is this granite?" Like that was mean. That was rude.
Yeah, I know. I have that in a different section.
Randy being the captain. Oh my gosh, that was so good. I love that.
I know. I put Randy's in charge. He's like, do this, do that, and he's like, ugh, rookies. Was so good. And then the captain is like trying to help. He's like, "What do I need to
oh
do?
yeah.
I need to do something." He's like, "Nope, Captain, we were 9 for 9 this week." He's like, 9 for 9. All right then. I
Mm-hmm.
guess I'll just go home. Which it was sad for the captain, but I was like, I couldn't tell, like, is Randy actually 9 for 9? Or like was he just saying that, like, to make the captain like go home?
Mm-hmm.
But either I was like, "Ooh, Randy's 9 for 9. Ooh,
Yeah.
it's a more evidence that Randy isn't a total,
Mm-hmm.
dum-dum, which everyone thinks. Yeah, how did Randy get I see that question all the time now in monk groups.
Yeah.
How did Randy move his way up? And it's just when he's called to action, he does it. It's when he has too much time to think and the captain does all the work and then he's like, "Wait, I got this crazy idea." But whenever it's his job, it's like,
Mm-hmm.
"Randy, there's nobody else. You got to do it." He does it and he steps up, and I thought that was awesome.
This was a great episode for like everyone, and had Julie in it for no reason, which I did enjoy because it was like that's what you need background characters for. All she did was like read a letter and make some comments,
Yeah.
and I thought it was perfect because you don't always need such characters. Because like it's like how come only Julie shows up whenever it's like the three Julies whenever you actually need her. It's good that we establish that she's always there and around.
Exactly. No, that is a great point, and I noticed that too, that she was obviously there because it was Christmas,
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, yeah.
and it was like, well, yeah, because for once, you know, she always seems to be gone somewhere, but it's like she has to be home for Christmas. How do you explain away like, "Oh, she's at her grandma's again for Christmas?" Like, yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was good that they brought her in for this one. Oh, I didn't mention whenever you were talking about the scene where Monk is looking, through the window and he's like holding his hands up. I thought it was so funny how the hobos were like talking to him. And he's like, "Okay, so Willie was in the refrigerator, protruding, as it were." And it was so cute. And then and then he's like, "Uh-huh, okay." And then he like opens the refrigerator and he's like, "See, he was dumped out." He's like, "Oh, which way was he facing?" He's like, "Oh yeah, he was facing inside." He's like, "Did you tell the police that?" And he's like, "Yeah, we did, but," and it's the other guy, and he's like, "It's like we're invisible to them." And he's like, "What?" And he's like, "It's like we're invisible to them." He's like, "What is he saying?" He's like, "They don't see us." I thought it was funny. They were very helpful, and they were obviously
That's
like
true.
showing like we're hobos. They don't see us. They don't care about us. I was like, "Oh,
hmm
that's sad."
They probably call him the professor because he likes to read, Julie. He's like, it's because I eat books.
Oh man, that was good. I put the Canadian bottles.
Oh yeah.
She's like, "Oh no, these bottles. This isn't $14. It's $13 and something cents. These bottles are all Canadian." He's like, "Oh god, the bums ripped me off." And then Natalie is like, "Well, I mean, you could always just fly to Vancouver and cash them in." And he's like, "Fly to Vancouver? The airfare alone would cost more than that. You would have to go." Wait, you're joking, aren't you? I laughed so loud. I was like, "Oh my gosh, Natalie is totally messing with him." I loved it. Oh man.
My next like is Randy's mustache. As if Randy being the captain couldn't get any better.
I
Yeah, his little mustache was so funny. He's like, I guess it just comes with the job.
know. I put, when given great power, one must grow a mustache. Oh my gosh, that was really, really funny. And I also liked it too because it was a very like silly Randy thing to do, but I didn't think that it undermined him. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like, "Oh, Randy's doing so good. Oh, he's competent. Oh, wait, no, he's not." It's like he just grew a mustache. Like, you can be competent and still do your job just because you have a mustache. Like, it's just a funny add-in. It doesn't,
Mhm.
make him like, "Oh, well, of course he's dumb." You know what I
Mhm.
mean? I thought it was a good Randy touch of comedy and not make him look stupid again and take him down a notch, so.
Yeah.
Okay, bums make their own gravy.
Oh yes! You don't wanna know.
Bums make their own gravy. What does that even mean? You don't wanna know.
Well, that was such a prominent thing for no reason.
And but then they
At the
did.
end,
They
they
make their
bring him
own.
the gravy.
He's like, "Oh, no, I can't take that." He's like, "No, this is." She's like, "No, no, no." I mean, he physically cannot take that. "I'll take it. Here you go. Thank you guys so much." And it's, oh my gosh. They totally make their own gravy. Oh, and then when they're at the table, because he says that before, and then they're at the kitchen table, and he's like, "Oh, this gravy's delicious. We usually make our own." And Monk's like,
I didn't notice that.
"See, interesting. Interesting. Did you hear that, Natalie? Did you hear that?"
My next thing is, you think I'm going to hell, Mr. Monk? Well, you did kiss a leper.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes. I love that part. I love that. I put that in a different section, but, just a little recall section, but yeah. I was like, "The leper, there's hope. They mentioned the leper." Granted, they mentioned it in a way where Monk absolutely thought Natalie was going to hell for kissing the leper. I was like, "Well, I don't know if that shows that much hope," but they mentioned it. So I was like,
It
"Yes,
exists still.
yes." And then, also whenever they're at the dinner table and the guy has stuff on his face and Monk just cannot handle it, and he's just like, mhm. Sometimes when I have stuff on my face, I just like to, wipe it off."
It's
And the
really
guy's like
fun.
and the guy's just, like, wiping all in the wrong spot, and he's like, "Mhm, mhm, mhm, mhm," and then Natalie's like, "Julie, come on, mhm, mhm, mhm." They're all wiping together. It was so cute and funny. That guy need to wipe his face, though.
Okay, my last one is Stoddy becoming a religious man and changing his life around. He was all clean shaven. He was like, "I'm gonna call Jared," and then he gets a phone call, and Jared's like, "Oh, I'm coming in town," and he's like, "Oh my gosh, yeah!" And then it's a very happy Christmas for Stoddy, which I very much enjoyed.
Mhm, yep. Okay, I have Randy's, razor throwaway. I put
What? What?
whenever you didn't see it at the end?
Oh yeah, whenever he got him the razor.
Yeah, I put he does not need the captain to tell him wrong from right. He's like he's like, "Oh, you got me something?" Oh, and he's like, "What the heck?" He's like "Well, I could grow mutton chops." He's like, "I could grow sideburns, like, all the way past my ear, the mutton chops, right?" And he's like, "I could also do a goatee, maybe? Or a soul patch." And the captain's on the phone, he's like, "Shave it."
I did also enjoy that.
So
I
good.
love that.
And then my last one is I liked the crime and the mystery.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, I even forgot a part of it that I thought I had remembered, and so which I'll talk about later, but, So again, when I get a little surprise, I'm like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, that makes sense. But I loved the Fountain of Healing. I thought it was a really good mystery. So that was my last one.
Candace, what did you dislike about this episode?
Okay, I'm sorry, but the hobos were pretty dirty.
I
They were
eh,
like you said, they were touching stuff. I wrote that down. I was
yeah.
like, oh, okay, that's not bad. And then the guy starts just touching all over his counter, and I was like,
Uh-huh.
again, because that's one thing. It's like, okay, I know I'm dirty. I haven't showered. I'm gonna keep to myself. I'm just coming here to ask for your help, and then you're like invading people's personal space. Like you shouldn't be doing that
Yeah.
anyway. Let alone if you know that you're dirty. You know what I mean? Because again, it's nothing wrong with the actual people themselves, but they know that they're
Yeah.
dirt. Like their hands are dirty because they haven't washed their hands. So it's like, I was like, I don't know about that. They're kind
Mm-hmm.
of invading Monk's personal space there. So.
Mm-hmm. Okay, my first time lapse. What? My first dislike is a time lapse that they do.
Oh,
At
okay.
the very beginning. Did you notice it?
Oh, the city.
Between Willie running off and Willie being dead.
And they did the whole city, like San Francisco, and it like changed. I was like,
Yeah.
whoa, that was sick.
I did
I
not like it.
I thought it was. Oh, I forgot this was dislikes. I thought that was so cool. You're talking about where the
Really?
lights flashed, right? Where the lights changed.
Yeah, it was like a time lapse and it like
Yeah.
it went from night to day to show that
Uh-huh.
it was going from night to day,
Uh-huh.
which was really uncalled for.
I thought it was sick. I don't know.
I
I
did not.
remember. I remember saying, "Whoa, that was cool." So I disagree. I think.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, I put it was hard to watch Stottlemyre in pain. Like when he was doing some pretty good acting though.
Yeah,
He
he
was just
did.
like, what's his name? I was like, oh my goodness gracious.
He did some good acting as well whenever he was in the monastery, he was a monk.
Hmm.
What was the episode called?
Mr. Monk and the Miracle.
Oh, they really did miss a chance because Natalie was like, "Mr. Monk is a
Yeah,
monk," and it
yeah,
could have been like, I don't know, but that would have been a good idea. That's
yeah.
all I'm
It would
saying.
have. Yeah, that's true.
Mr. Monk and the
Yeah.
Monks.
I guess they were going for the Christmas. Again, it's
Mm-hmm.
a Christmas
Yeah.
special, so they were going for the Christmas theme or whatever.
Yeah.
But that is a good point. That's actually a dislike. There you go.
Okay. The whole shh thing was like gone on for like 2 minutes. It was so
Hmm.
long. It
Yeah, it
was it
was
was
long.
funny for like the first three and then it just kept on going, and I did not like it.
Yeah. Sometimes I feel like those scenes they're like they're funny and then they're at the funniest
Mm-hmm.
and then they're not funny at all and then like right before it ends you get like one more laugh out of it and then it's over.
Yeah.
And I think that's what they're going for. But yeah, it doesn't always land, but yeah. Definitely a really long time on that one. My next one's also about the bums. Natalie invites them over to Mr. Monk's house for dinner.
Mm-hmm.
If she wanted to host them, why wouldn't she just take them to her own house? If you know what I mean? Like, if she wanted to open up her self to the Christmas spirit and the season and her clients or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
why did they invite them over to Monk's that she knew would like stress him out? And did you see like he like had roped off the living room or something? He had taped it off with the big X so they couldn't go in there. And all the chairs were all wrapped in like saran wrap
Yeah, I saw
and
that.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was like, why didn't you just invite them to your house? Like, I don't know.
I I have one last one. I don't have a lot of dislikes, I will say. I have one last one, but it's kind of making me rethink it right now. And it's Stoddy with no mustache. I didn't
That's my next one too.
it looked weird at the moment. But now that I think about it, he can keep the
Yeah.
he can keep the clean shaven. I don't mind.
Yeah, well, okay, that's funny because I put mustache swap. It's hilarious, but it was not a good look for either one of them.
Mm-hmm.
But it was funny because separately, it was not a good look. But when they were standing next to each other, like next to the cop car,
Yeah.
and you could just see the actual face swap,
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not mad at this. It's kind of cute. It was really funny. So yeah, but I feel like Ted Levine is clean shaven and almost like everything else I haven't seen him in
Mm-hmm.
anything, but like I think the alienist. I don't think he has a mustache in that, does he?
Let me look it up.
Like those screen grabs that we've seen of it. He definitely doesn't have one in the Silence of the Lambs, which he's known for, you know?
Alienist Ted Levine. Oh my gosh. Wait,
He
what?
doesn't, right?
No, he does. I think so. Wait, what
Oh,
is
he
it
does have a
about? What is it
mustache?
here? Alienist
I mean, I
Wizard.
haven't seen it, so
Where's his portrays Thomas Burns? Yeah, he's a crazy looking mustache, Candace. Like it's like
Oh, he does?
cheese.
Oh,
That's like okay. Look at me. Look at me. It's like this big.
that's huge. But anyway, mustache swap. We know that at least Ted Levine doesn't have it on Silence of the Lambs, which he's, like, known for, you know? So, it's like one of those things where it's like, I don't wanna see Ted Levine like that,
Yeah.
like, any other way. So I don't like the clean shaven, but it wasn't terrible. Also, I always for some this is gonna sound so weird, but you know how he kinda talks like Monk and he kinda has like a like, you know, like,
What?
you know how Stottlemyre kinda talks like Randy, or he kinda has that like,
Oh
that's his voice. I
yeah.
always, like,
Oh yeah.
for some reason, pictured, like, the mustache is what hinders him from talking
Talking.
normal. And it sounds like and then he didn't have the mustache and he still talked like that. I was like, "This is really weird."
Debunked.
Debunked, yes, thank you. Okay, so also I thought the monastery in general was just kinda creepy, like, the vow of silence room and stuff when they were, like, going in there or when Monk was going in there and all the guys are, like, just have all their hoods up and stuff. It's
Mhm.
like, I feel like I like the like a monastery, usually when you see on movies and stuff where the monks are, like, wearing orange and they're, like, outside and they're, like, peaceful, and it's, like, real light and airy.
Yeah,
I feel like
like
this was,
the
like, the
cult.
opposite. Yeah, kind of, yeah. Or there's another episode where they actually go see monks.
Yeah,
That was
I do remember that. It was
yeah.
in the Big Reward, right? Something like that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And it was
Mhm,
like that weird
mhm, and
I
they're, like, doing the thing yeah. But it's
yeah.
exactly you know what I mean, though. So it's like the opposite of that. It's, like, dark and silent and scary-ish.
Mhm.
So I just didn't like it. And then my last one is it wasn't super the whole episode wasn't super Christmassy. Like,
It
I don't
wasn't. I kinda
I
like that. I'm gonna be honest. I liked it.
I think you've liked that about another one where you were like, "I like how it's not in your face Christmas," and I love in your face Christmas. Like last year whenever
You
he
do.
shot Santa Claus,
Oh, yeah!
I'm literally wearing my Santa hat. I love in your face Christmas. So, like, yeah, I knew it was a Christmas episode just from knowing that
Mhm.
recalling that it was a Christmas episode, but as it started going on, I was like, "Wait, it was was it a Christmas episode?" Like, I'm drawing a
Mhm.
blank,
Yeah.
and then I was like, "Oh, yeah, the very beginning, Julie's wearing a hat, and then, of course, the cardboard Christmas tree." So, it was definitely a
Mhm.
Christmas episode. So, yeah. That was my last one, though.
Okay. He's
He's
the
the guy.
guy. That was bad for me. Was it
It
bad for
was
you?
yeah, it was bad for me too. That's okay.
Ugh, ugh.
Yeah.
It'll work. It'll work.
Okay, do you have anyone? Did you recognize
I
anyone?
don't.
Okay. Alright, so thought I recognized the professor, the guy that eats books, and I didn't I mean, I'm sure I've seen him, but he only was in his name is Tracy Walter, and the only thing that I saw was an episode of Medium, and then it said
Mhm.
he was known for Batman, like the 1989 version with Michael Keaton, and so, he's known for that and for City Slickers. And he played Cookie yeah, I've heard the name of the movie, like, it's a famous movie, City Slickers, and that he played the character named Cookie, so if anybody knows who that is, and then he also said he was in Silence of the Lambs, so there's that, and he was also in an episode of Wings. So, Tony Shalhoub and Ted Levine. Huh? Huh? Huh?
What? They were buddies?
Interesting.
Question mark.
Possibly, possibly. Okay, the other one I noticed 100% for sure, was the pharmacist, Owen McCloskey. He was played by, Michael Badalucco, and I know him from The Practice. I used to watch that when I was a kid. He was on 166 episodes of The Practice, And then he also was on Oh Brother, Where Art Thou, which is a really famous movie with George Clooney. You've Got Mail, which is a really famous movie with Tom Hanks, and an episode of In Plain Sight and Law and Order SVU. So that's all for He's the Guy.
Jeez, God.
Boo 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 boo.
Boop, boop.
One and done. Wham bam. Thank you, ma'am.
Junk time.
All right. It's
Oh,
okay.
yeah,
It's
okay.
It was never
It's
gonna
okay.
happen anyway.
It was. It's true.
Okay.
All right. What do you have for me, Candace?
Okay. So think back into your mind before you knew what was going on in the episode. At what point in the episode did you figure out anything to do with the fountain, or did you have any theories about what on earth could be going on?
Oh, me?
Mhm.
I don't know. I just thought of a miracle fountain. I'm gonna be honest. I felt dumb. Well, because the way they explained it didn't make sense either way. So I was like, "There's no way," because that's actually one of my falls. There's no way that's true. So like, I didn't have anything else.
Yeah, I kind of had a little bit of this conversation bleeding into plot holes also, because which it's funny because the part that I forgot was I thought that because when you saw the pharmacist, you didn't think anything, right?
Yeah, no, I didn't. No, I do remember thinking something about it because I was like, that was a really weird scene that did not need to happen. Like, why did
Oh,
he
okay.
have to go to his pharmacist? Like, I guess, he's just getting his pills to feel better or whatnot, but it was like, we didn't need that,
That's true. I thought he was gonna mention something about the fountain, that the pharmacist was gonna mention, like, "Oh, yeah, I have a lot of patients that go to that fountain. I've heard amazing things." All he said was,
Mhm.
"Oh, yeah, I heard about that on the news." And I was like, I guess I guess that was a better way to not be like, "Newsflash, I'm the killer."
Yeah.
But also, like you said, it would've maybe not brought so much attention to the fact that he was the killer by
Mhm.
saying, "Oh, yeah, a lot of my patients have been going there." Boom. So, I don't know. But anyway, so the part that I forgot was when I saw the pharmacist, I was like, "Oh, yeah, he's the killer." I remember the person's under the fountain or something, and then, uh did I remember that? I don't even know if I remember that part. I'm making that up. But the part that I forgot was I thought that he was putting prescription pills in the fountain, and
That
then
was
the
that,
people were
yeah.
drinking it, and then they were getting better,
Mhm.
and I'm like, "Doo doo doo, this is what happens."
Oh
And it's
no.
'cause I put down on plot holes. It's like, he would not be healed from one drink out of that fountain. And then I was like, "Wait, there's something in the fountain. Well, I'm stupid." So, yeah, I forgot. But anyway, so yeah, my next question is, what did you get for Christmas?
Me?
Yeah.
Little Noah. What did you get? You go first, Candace.
Oh god, I didn't even write anything down. I thought you would think is it okay, we talked about this last time after we got off the air,
Yeah.
and, like, talking about, like, our surprise for, like, gifts and stuff, like, how are you
Uh-huh.
supposed to act? What are you supposed to do? And, like, this is funny because like, now we're after Christmas, and
Mhm.
I always get to go, "Oh, what did you get?" And I'm like, "Uh, don't worry, I loved all my gifts, I just can't think of one single gift right now. I don't know why."
Really?
That's me every year.
I have 3 main gifts that I'm going to tell you about. I just wanted to know what you got before. I was trying to be polite.
You can go ahead.
Oh, okay. I got first a skateboard. Yay! Okay. Second, I also got an Oculus, which is like a VR thing. And then third, I got a vlog camera.
What?
So I can do the vlogs. Yeah, I know, right?
Okay, first thing, skateboard. Me and Toby were talking
Mhm.
about this. Is this like a thing that's coming back around where kids are now into skateboarding? Because it was super big when we were kids, like
Mhm.
in the 90s. So is
Yeah.
this like a thing? Because I felt like we went into like hoverboard territory, like you need, things that plug in, battery operated technology, and now we're back to regular old skateboards.
Yeah, I'd say skateboarding is a big thing now. Like people are trying to do it and it's like I don't know, guess. It's fun. I enjoy it.
Hmm.
I have a lot of fun skating around.
Okay. And then the Oculus thing, I've heard of Oculus.
Mm-hmm.
Is it so you actually is this something like is this like a computer system, like a computer tower? Like or
No, it's it's so cool actually. It's literally all just in here.
so you have a goggles.
Yeah, you have the goggles, and then you also have like these little like controller things, and they like wrap around your hand. And it's really confusing, right? But you put it on, and then you're just in there, and you don't have to plug it into anything. It's all you. There is like, if you want to have better like graphics or whatnot, and, like have it run smoother, you can like plug it into your like crazy computer that's like
Mhm.
better than this, and it's like you plug it in, and you know it runs better and whatnot. But the version I have, it's just you plug it, or you can just play. You turn it on, you play, and it's really cool. And
What games do you have so far? Or
the
I don't
games, I don't have any like paid for games yet because I haven't really been playing on it too much. But I'm going to get Super Hot, which is basically this game, which is about like time only moves when you move, and so you have to like take out people. So like you slow down and you can like think about what you're gonna do, and then you punch a bunch of people, blah blah, blah, take their guns. It's really cool. I really like that game because my friend has an Oculus, and I used to
Mhm.
just whenever I went to his house, all I would do was play that game, and I played it so much, and it was so much fun. So yeah, that's basically the Oculus.
That sounds sick. It's like you're in your real
Yeah.
life own like Matrix. Like someone shooting
Hmm.
at you, you're like that's super cool. Okay, and then the vlogging camera?
The vlogging camera, it's it's like the same quality as my phone, which is actually pretty good quality, and it's so cool because it's on a gimbal. You know what that is, right?
Mhm.
Where it like stabilizes it. It's so cool. So if you like move it really fast, the camera will slowly follow. So that way it's not, a bunch of jerky little like
Mhm.
camera movements. It's all smooth. And it's so cool. And then you can also like you can plug it into your phone. So like plug it in, and then I make it focus on one thing, and then if I move my phone around, it stays on that one thing. It's so cool. I love it. I really struck gold this Christmas. It was awesome.
Wait, what brand is it? Is it DJI or
Mhm.
okay. So someone recommended cuz you know my Hardens and Hard Hats account.
Mhm.
I want to start doing like vlog videos. It's so hard for me to do like a setup because I have to get like my DSLR out and set up this and set up that and I can't see myself and I can't even focus on myself. So it's super hard. So I just wanted something that was like super easy, like I could grab it and go, go somewhere or just like set it up in 2 seconds and make a video. And so that's what I got was a DJI Osmo Action is what I got.
I got a pocket Osmo, and it's like this big.
Yeah, so someone recommended me the Pocket 2 Osmo thing.
Mhm. Yeah, that's what I
Yeah,
got. Yeah.
but I just wanted one that looked like a GoPro.
Yeah.
So I could like set it up on the tripod or I could hold it in my hand like a selfie stick and that's kind of my thing, but I haven't I've actually made a video. I just like it was so easy because I was like, okay, I'm gonna do this DIY project real quick, and I was like, hey, I can use my new camera and just video it. So
Mhm.
I just pulled it out, popped it on. I was like, hey guys, I'm gonna make this video. Hopefully it goes good. Set up my tripod, and then when I needed to like pan something, I just picked up the stick and moved it, and so it was pretty cool. So I'm pretty excited. I haven't gotten. I mean, like I literally haven't plugged it in to see the video quality or the sound
Uh-huh.
quality or anything. So right at this point, I basically just made a whole video. I have no clue how it's
Mhm.
going to turn out. But yeah, I do really like that focus thing though, how it focuses on things. But I'm almost certain this is probably for like any GoPro type thing is like everything is in focus. So you don't have to like
Yeah.
worry about being out of focus because if you're holding it up and you're looking at it, you're in focus.
Yeah.
So, which is to me again is a good thing because I don't have time to be like booby boop and setting things up. I just want to grab it and go. So yeah, I got the DJI Osmo Action.
Mhm.
So yeah, among other things, I got a bunch. Oh my gosh, you know what Toby got me? I cried. He got me ballroom dance class lessons.
Oh my gosh! What are they?
Do what?
When are they? When are the lessons?
Oh, they're just like, it came with, like, a certificate. Like, you get, like, a certificate. So I think he said you actually do get to go in the ballroom, but it's not like, you know how they normally have, like, classes where you have, like, a bunch of people with, like, COVID or whatever?
Uh-huh.
I think they have separate classrooms. So it's like Dancing with the Stars, basically. How they dance just with their couple and just with their other couple, and then they video the instructor on there. So you get to be in their ballroom, and the instructor's gonna be, like, with you via Skype or something like that. I don't know, but I'm super excited. Whatever it ends up being, I'm so excited. I cried when I saw it. I've been asking for this present for so long, and no one's gotten it.
That is so
So, I mean,
cool.
now I have to dance with Toby, but
Aw,
it's gonna
that's
be
cute.
fun. I don't care. Alright, well, that was fun catching up on our Christmas presents, and that is it for junk time.
Being
Plot
plot
holes!
holes.
That was perfect on my end.
That was
That was
terrible.
perfect.
That was plot holes.
No,
That
it
was
was good, it
terrible.
was good. Okay, how many plot holes do you have?
I have 2,
Okay,
but
let
they're
me go.
big.
Let me go then. Okay.
Okay.
Just stop me if I'm gonna say one of yours, but the captain
Okay.
hasn't dated in 2 years. Did you hear him say that? He's like,
Mhm.
"I haven't had a date in 2 years." I was like, Linda was 1 year ago. Mr. Monk
Really?
Mr. Monk and the Bad Girlfriend was
1 season
season
ago.
6, episode 4. We're on season 7, episode 9. So if anything, we're about, like, a year and a
Mhm.
quarter, year and a half. Yeah, no. Not 2 years, Leland. Not 2 years. Nope. And then also, of course, I put healed from 1 drink. That's not possible. But now we know that doesn't make any sense.
I
And
have
then
I have one that's kinda like that.
okay.
It actually makes sense instead of yours. Um, wouldn't they all have gotten worse after because he said, "Oh, because we're all sick. He gives us the wrong stuff, so we get more sick. But then we drink from it, and he gives us the real things. But then they all throw away their pills again." Did you understand that?
Mhm.
Like, because after the initial real medicine, they stop taking it. So but like medicine isn't supposed to like instantly heal you.
You're supposed to keep taking it.
Yeah.
Dang, that's good. That's really good.
Because
Mhm.
he would have been like, oh my gosh, I'm healed. And then a day later, he'd be like, no,
Mhm.
my back hurts again.
Exactly.
That's exactly how medicine works.
Dang, that's a good one. Man, I was so stupid. You better save that one for the end, for the wrap up. That's a good one.
That is a good one,
That's
right?
a really good one. Okay. The captain took a vow of silence and they go see him and
Oh, yeah.
"Oh yeah, I'm just gonna go up there. I won't say a word to him." And I'm like, "Wait, what? You're gonna go see him about an investigation and see if he knows anything, but you're not gonna talk and he's not gonna talk." Which I know they did end up doing, like, charades or whatever, so I guess technically he did keep his promise, so I'm kinda debunking myself. But still, like, he's literally walking around, "Captain, captain, captain," and he said he wasn't gonna say. I'm like, you know what I mean? It's not Monk's fault, but he obviously, like, was lying.
Yeah.
But why that guy let him go, "Oh, he took a vow of silence." Sure, you can go talk to him. And then also, can you in a vow of silence? Like, that guy was like,
That's what I did. He was like, I thought the other guy didn't take a vow of silence because he was shin so hard.
"Exactly."
I think it would have been funny if Monk made that guy talk. I feel like that's a thing that they've already done though, right?
They did. They did do that.
Where he's like so annoying that the guy's like, shut up.
Mhm.
Like that would have been
Have you
funny,
seen
but
Mr. Monk and the Cobra?
no. Is that what
Mm.
happens?
Mhm.
You probably talked about it, I feel like.
Maybe. That's totally possible. Okay, I have the recall of the leper.
Recall. Oh yeah, okay, go ahead.
So, no, that's all I put, the leper. There's hope.
Oh wow.
Recall. Okay, and then, you have one more, right?
Yep.
Okay, go ahead then.
Okay, Monk being a bit too chill about the homeless men. Like some people would have acted like Monk acted in this episode, and like it would have been completely fine. So I don't get why he wasn't like all the garbage episode. Remember that where he's like all hazmat and stuff. I don't get why he's not doing that. Like, that seems like a monk thing to do when it comes to 3 homeless dudes.
Yeah.
Like, he was pretty nonchalant about it in my book.
Yeah, and it probably has to do with the fact that this is a Christmas episode. So he didn't go, like it wasn't supposed to all be about him and the homeless people and having a problem with them. It was supposed to be about Stottlemyre. But yes, that's a very good point. Kind of similar to mine, which I don't know if you would agree with because you didn't agree with me last time I discussed this. But remember in Mr. Monk Takes a Punch when Ray Regis gives him the green drink and he's like, "You gotta drink this." Yes, the goat juice. You're trying to make me go. Okay. And I said
Goat
he would
juice,
not
the
drink
goat juice,
that
yeah.
because it would be gross. And then if it was that gross, he wouldn't continue to drink it. But I don't think he would drink it anyway. Why would he drink a drink that he wouldn't drink, right? And then he won't drink the miracle water. You know what I mean? He drank a green drink that Ray Regis gave him. And then we're like, oh, okay, I guess that could happen because he did it. Huh.
Yeah.
And then this time he won't drink water.
I noticed that. Yeah.
I think that's an easy plot hole right there. That like a couple weeks ago
Yeah.
he would drink it, now he won't drink water. So my last one is how long was the pharmacist gonna do that
Yeah, right? Because it's
gag?
like yeah.
Like ev- eventually the like press and the publicity because it'd be like, oh, they never, the people stopped being cured unless he kept doing that gag, and then eventually, somebody would have figured out, oh, I go to this pharmacist. If I go here, it doesn't work. If I go here, it works. Or you know what I mean? Like maybe not that quickly, but over time, it's like because also I thought was a kind of a plot hole was that so people were coming near and far and coming from all over the place.
Yeah.
Yet only him and his patients were healed. Yet
Yeah.
all these other people were supposedly healed from it. You know what I mean?
That's yeah. I you should really think of that because he was like, more than half of these are all from the same pharmacist. So that means other people drank the miracle water and just were like healed.
So they were using like mind over matter,
Yeah.
I guess, to be healed. So, which is a powerful thing. I mean, it is. So it's you can't like totally like debunk it, but yeah, I don't get what his end game was, how long he was going to do that before like eventually they would have dug it up if he hadn't kept up that charade forever. So, yeah. But yeah, that's my last plot hole.
Yep. Are you ready for how crazy
was Monk this episode?
Was it gonna be good? Because for me, you messed me up because you were talking and it was weird in my brain. I didn't like it.
It was going to be good, but yeah, I understand. I felt you were gonna not. I was like, he's not gonna like how this feels. Hi, Mom.
Okay, Candace, I have no crazy moments. Take it away.
Okay, out of 10 what though?
Oh, out of 10 cardboard trees.
Okay, how about jars of bum gravy?
That's good.
That's what I put, and I also put out of 10 gravy ladles, because now he needs a new ladle. I'll do 10 jars of bum gravy.
Okay, I'll do 10 cardboard Christmas trees.
Okay. All right, so crazy moments, cardboard tree. Okay. He's afraid to think about not being afraid. He wants a new ladle. He's retired. He holds his breath. Oh, he tells the homeless people just hold it in.
Oh yeah. They're like, hold what in? Like, just come on.
It's just, whatever it is, just hold it. That means. Oh god. He stays in the car.
Yeah.
And then does the hand thing. Bums make their own gravy. During dinner, he has his little fan and he's fanning the bums off. And then he X's off the living room with some tape. He says wiping off your face is fun. I love wiping off my face. It's really fun. Oh my god, I died on this part. He's looking for the captain. And he's looking for the captain. He's like, Captain. He finds the captain, and the captain looks up, and he doesn't have a mustache. So
he grabs the feather.
The quill, and he's like,
He's like, Leland!
Oh man. Okay, and then he plays charades.
Oh, yes. Bum.
And he's like, dead bum. And then he says, when Leland says that he's going away to, I don't know, San Juan or something for 2 years.
Oh, yeah.
Monk is like, 2 years? That's almost 3 years.
I was like, what? That was such a dumb joke. It's almost 3 years.
And then my last one is whenever they're like, Merry Christmas, Monk, and they pat him on the back, and Monk's like, oh God, and he takes his coat off and he throws it, and he's like, Merry Christmas, and throws his coat to the bums.
That was good. And they were like, they're happy too. They're like, yeah. They were happy. They got a new coat.
Yep. So true. All right. Out of 10 cardboard Christmas trees, what do you have?
He was a 6 out of 10. Oh,
okay.
Gosh.
All right. Out of 10 jars of bum gravy, I gave him 2.
Why?
Because kind of like you said, that anybody would kind of act that way with homeless people who are dirty, touching all their stuff. And I felt like most of his crazy moments stemmed from that. So I just gave him 2. I almost gave him 1, and I was like, I mean, a normal person wouldn't like treat a homeless person like that. So I'll give him 1.
Yeah.
But I felt like the feeling was normal, but maybe just not the treatment of and actions of. So
Your rating and my rating for crazy scale is different because your 0 is normal person and my 5 is normal person. I just realized that. It's like, oh my gosh, my crazy scale changes every week.
I know mine does too.
I give it like a 4. I give him like actually no, I'm giving him a 3 if I'm going by your scale. Regular person being 0 and 10 being Monk because that is craziest.
Okay. So we're more alike than we thought. Okay. I'm sure we'll change everything we stand for next week. So. All right. Ready for the final segment?
Rate this episode. That was terrible.
We nailed it.
It was terrible.
We nailed it. Okay. All right, Noah, what do you got?
It was a pretty classic episode. It showcased his fears, problems. It had a lot of background characters, such as Julie, like we said. And my only problem was I wish there was more Randy as Stoudemire action in this episode. And I'm giving it a 9 out of 10.
Oh, hey, okay. All right. Okay. You know me. Gotta show love to my Christmas episodes. Still feeling the Christmas spirit over here, so I'm trying to hold on to it. The crime was actually really good. The mystery, I thought it was funny. I laughed out loud a few times. I thought the side character was actually really strong. I felt like Stoudemire had a lot. I mean, this episode was kind of about him. Randy got hit to his little time to shine with his actually time to shine, and was funny with his mustache. Natalie got a little bit of zingers in there and hosted the hobos and all of that. So I thought it was actually strong. So overall, I thought it was a really good episode. I really enjoyed watching this. I am going with a 10 point, right? Because 10 points. I start with 10, guys. Okay. So a 10.9.
It's a solid 9.
It is a solid 9.
Oh my gosh.
Which usually I say solid 8. Like, 7's like average. Solid 8. I think this was a strong 9. Like, I thought it was an easy 9.
Agreed.
I think it's better than a lot of the episodes this season. I thought the crime was interesting. I thought the fountain was really good. I thought the mustache swap was really funny. The bums, they did pretty good. And it was very joyous. A very joyous episode. I enjoyed watching it, and yeah,
it was good. I enjoyed it. Yeah. We're done. What do? We always have a terrible extra. It's the opposite of an intro.
Extra?
Is
instead of an outro.
Oh yeah, outro.
Extro.
Oops.
Okay. I finished my nacho fries. They were cold but delish. I feel like we got this one done quick. That was fun. Nice and easy. Christmas season, and hopefully you all had a awesome Christmas, a safe Christmas, a blessed Christmas. Hopefully you got all the things that you wanted. We got a Lindsay Chambers. I think I reposted it on our Instagram. Her mom got her Christmas present of Junk Monk swag. She got her a pair of sunglasses and a mask. And so I was like, my girl Lindsay, I got to hook her up. So I got her some of the Gilbert Pecan Co. And I got her some fudge and some white trash, I think. And I put it in there. And so I sent it to her a while back and put it in a little bag with our sticker on it and stuff. And so she finally opened it on Christmas Day. Like her mom had saved it. And I typed her up a note, and I had you sign the note, but and before I typed it up or whatever. And so yeah, and then we sent it to her, and so she got to open it on Christmas Day, and it was really cool because I forgot about it. I was like, oh, maybe her mom, she might open it early. I don't know. Maybe she'll, but she actually opened it on Christmas Day, and then she posted on Instagram, and I was like, yes, our Christmas present. So we got a Christmas present for our numero uno fan. So it was awesome. So yeah, hope you guys all had an awesome Christmas, and hopefully you are having, because this should go out. This is going to go out after the new year. So happy 2021. Hopefully you are doing the thing. And do you have any New Year's resolutions?
Me?
Yeah.
They're useless.
I don't.
And they don't work. That's my hot take.
Yeah, I actually usually do have resolutions. I don't this year.
I forgot about them. That's why I'm saying they don't work.
I've heard don't set resolutions, set goals, because you can achieve goals, but you don't want to set rules or restrictions or whatever. It was something like that. I forgot what the other part of it was, but I just remember goals do work. Resolutions don't work, goals work, or something like that.
Don't be like, you have to go to the gym. Be like, I should go to the gym. Something like that.
Yeah, or
no?
Yeah, something like that. More of a goal. My goal is to do this. I don't know. I don't know how I interpreted it, but I was inspired by it.
Aren't resolutions just goals? Isn't that the same thing?
It's possible. I was inspired by it. I feel like the captain. I'm like, I don't know. It was fake, but I felt something.
It's a great way to end the episode.
It is. All right, guys. We will see you next time on the Junk Monk podcast for the next episode that I don't know what it is, but we'll see ya.
Goodbye from the blurry man.
Bye. Bye, cats and kittens. Hey guys, thanks for listening to the Junk Monk podcast. We'd love to hear from you, so please give us a 5-star review wherever you listen to podcasts. Also, follow us at Junk Monk Podcast on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube.
If you want to know more about Kandyce, she's at Hardens and Hardhats on Instagram. And if you want to know more about me, Noah L., subscribe to my vlog, Noah Hernandez, on YouTube. Also, you can leave us a voicemail at 323-366-0477 with your questions, comments, or just to show us some love.
Don't forget to catch up on Monk with Amazon Prime Video, and of course, subscribe to our show.
You'll thank me later.